Hello, guys. Welcome to my daily brief. I hope you all are having a great week so far. I am, so I hope you are. Things are a little hard, but we got to keeping on. So today's daily brief, I'm going to talk about two issues that have come to my attention, and I think that it's important that you also know about it because one way or the other, it affects you. So the first issue I'm going to talk about is the recent fall in oil prices. I don't know if you've been tracking it or you've been following. Oil prices have started some kind of decline over the last few days. We've seen Brent crude, which is the benchmark oil price for Nigeria, drop to as low as $40 from about $45 over the last 2 to 3 months. You might wonder, how does this concern me and why is this such a problem? But you got to understand that Nigerian economy is perfectly correlated to the price of oil. So when the price of oil goes up, the economy goes up or things get better. When the price of oil goes down, then things get worse. So that is why it's a concern to me. So why is the price of oil dropping? From what I've read, it appears that the upsurge in COVID-19 cases in a lot of the economies that have reopened is causing a cause of concern for investors. In recent months, oil prices have gone up because of the anticipation that most countries will reopen, and what that meant was that we could now have airports reopen, businesses, commerce will start, will come back to life, and then people would need to use gasoline to move around, to power their cars or engines, and that basically helped with the resurgence in oil prices. And then, of course, OPEC also cut down on oil production. But it appears with COVID-19 coming back up, cases coming back up, even though they are not as severe as they used to be, a lot of crude oil traders are a little worried, and they also, appear to believe that their projections may have been too positive, right? So, that's why they're cutting back. Another reason that has been alluded to this was the what I would call what is happening in the US. Yeah, I mean, no need to give it any funny name, but what's happening in the US? If you've been following, the US stock market has been surging over the last few weeks, contrary to expectation. It's been surging, and from what we hear, there's a company in Asia called SoftBank that basically has been buying up options. So because they've been buying up options, share values of stocks like Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, they've all been going up. And I'm sure you read recently that Apple got up to as high as valuation got up to over 2 trillion, the first time ever by any company. So I think traders have sort of now realized that, oh, wait a minute, it appears this valuation might not be real, and so they are selling off and taking off profits, and that is taking share prices down. Now, a school of thought also believes that sell-off is also affecting crude oil prices because crude oil options are also traded just like stocks, and so maybe this is also having an effect on the fall in crude oil price. So for us in Nigeria, it's a little bit of a concern because the government relies on these prices to sell crude oil, and the higher the price, the better for us as a country. So you got to watch this space, and it's directly related to Forex, right? That's the key thing there, because so long as crude oil prices are going down, then it's unlikely that this 386 that we all hope that the exchange rate will fall to would materialize. It might remain high at above 400 naira, and that's my concern. So remember what I told you the last time. To really gauge what the exchange rate will be, you got to look at oil. Oil is perfectly correlated to the exchange rate, and so that's why it's a concern to me. And I hope that maybe the prices will come back up as crude oil producing countries cut back on production as well. So that's the first issue I wanted to discuss. The second thing is the recent spat between the CBN and the NESG. And I don't know if you've been reading that up lately. I'm sure you're wondering what's going on. What are these nerds up to again? So what had happened was that the NESG published, a press release on Monday. I think they called it Matters of Grave Concern or something, or Matters of, can't remember though. But I mean, and in that report, they accused the CBN governor of seeking immunity, just like state governors would also seek immunity. And they also attacked the policies of the CBN over the recent years that they believe had not really worked out well for Nigerians. And the CBN read this and felt kind of upset or betrayed. I don't know if I can use that term, and went after the NESG, and then they wrote their own scathing press release. Which I thought was maybe too extreme. They kind of used very, harsh tones, and then went after the NESG. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. The NESG has a right to his opinion. CBN reserves his own right to also respond. But what is of concern to me is really is that, look, maybe this is not what Nigerians need. Nigerians need, solutions. So, yes, the CBN has come up with their own economic policies. The jury is still out there whether it's going to work in the short or the long term. In the short term, it appears that maybe it's not really working as well as a lot of us expect. But in the long term, we never know. But for the NESG, my own concern is that, look, the irony is that a lot of all these CBN policies have actually favored the private sector. Not you and I. Intervention loans, who did it go to? Did it go to you? Did you get it? If you get it, please tell me, because I haven't seen any. A lot of low interest rates, bailouts. That didn't come to me. I don't know if it came to you, but it's always gone to the private sector. Also the guys that make up the NESG. So, they've benefited more than anybody else from a lot of all these policies that the government has pushed out. I was reading up the other day, local agro companies have all claimed that the border closure and all these things have favored their production and their business, even though it's meant that they've basically increased prices and they're basically profiting from all of this. So at the end of the day, you just wonder what the hell is going on? Who's this favoring, right? And then the case of the immunity one, that one is, appears to be misguided, really, because that clause exists in the current act that was written years ago, I think 2004 or something. So I don't know what's the melee about it. It's also not only in that act, CBN Act, it's also in most other acts of regulatory bodies. So it's just one of these copy and paste kind of clauses, and I don't know why the NESG is sort of bringing it up. I don't know why, because really the way these clauses are sort of set up is that when you have someone in the government and maybe his policy doesn't favor you, you just can't take him to court, right? That's why you have those clauses. I don't think that, I don't know, are they immunity clauses? I really don't know, but nothing really strange about it, or I don't think that, they sort of made it sound like the CBN governor snuck it in to sort of defend some of the things that he's done, so that maybe when he leaves office, nobody comes after him. I don't think Nigeria needs any of these things right now. What we need is concrete solutions from both sides, right? So from those running the government and those leading the private sector, just come up with things that can work for Nigeria and not for yourselves. I think that it's about time Nigerians start to see the dividend of all their suffering and sacrifices over the years. Maybe when we start to see that, then people can start to value a lot of all these policies and pronouncements and commentary, right? So that basically is my daily update for today. I hope that I've been able to explain these two issues, and if you got any question, hit up my comment section, and I'll respond to it. And if there's anything you want me to talk about on any of my daily updates, please let me know. All right, so enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.